Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. It's a constant battle between our internal strengths and weaknesses. While we all aspire to live a life of purpose and resilience, there are habits that often hinder us from reaching our full potential. In this transformative journey, we will explore 6 habits that weaken you and learn how to overcome them using the principles of Stoicism. As we delve into these 6 habits, remember that self-awareness is the first step toward transformation. By recognizing and acknowledging these habits within ourselves, we can begin the journey of replacing them with Stoic principles that will empower us to lead a life of strength, purpose, and inner peace. Habit number 1, time procrastination. Procrastination, the act of postponing tasks and responsibilities, is a habit that plagues many of us. It weakens our determination, hinders our progress, and ultimately deprives us of precious time that could be invested in personal growth and meaningful endeavors. The historical remedy for procrastination lies in the concept of carpe diem, or seizing the day. In Stoicism, the focus is on the present moment and making the most of it. Procrastination, on the other hand, is rooted in anxiety about the future or discomfort with the task at hand. To overcome this habit, we must adopt a Stoic mindset and remember that the only moment we truly have control over is now. Epicurus, a Stoic philosopher, advised us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Procrastination often arises when we fixate on potential consequences or the difficulties of a task, rather than simply taking action. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on the process rather than the outcome, we can free ourselves from the chains of procrastination. Start by setting small, manageable goals and consistently work towards achieving them. Embrace the discomfort and uncertainty of the present moment, as it is in these challenging moments that we grow and develop the strength to tackle larger tasks. Remember that time is a finite resource, and each day you delay is a day lost forever. Habit number 2, negative self-talk. Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." The way we speak to ourselves has a profound impact on our self-esteem, confidence, and overall well-being. Negative self-talk is a habit that weakens us, eroding our self-confidence and preventing us from reaching our true potential. Stoicism teaches us to take control of our thoughts and replace negativity with rationality and self-compassion. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned historical philosophers and Roman emperors, emphasized the importance of monitoring our internal dialogue. He believed that our perception of the world is shaped by our thoughts, and therefore we should strive to maintain a positive and rational mindset to combat negative self-talk. Start by observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice when self-criticism or self-doubt creeps in and challenge these thoughts with rationality. Ask yourself if these thoughts are based on evidence or are just products of fear and insecurity. Stoicism encourages us to practice self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a friend facing a similar situation. Instead of reproaching yourself for mistakes or perceived failures, focus on what you can learn from them and how you can improve. By replacing negative self-talk with Stoic principles of rationality and self-compassion, you will discover an inner strength and resilience that will empower you to face life's challenges with confidence and grace. Habit number 3, avoiding challenges. Avoiding challenges is a habit that weakens your development and potential. It prevents you from developing patience, courage, and adaptability to new situations. Stoic philosophy teaches us to confront discomfort and difficulties as opportunities for self-improvement. Epictetus believed that personal growth and self-mastery often come from facing challenges and surpassing our limits. Confronting the avoidance of challenges is considered important for personal development and self-improvement. Stoics believe that by voluntarily facing difficult situations, we develop patience, enhance our morality, and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In modern society, people often seek comfort and avoid any form of discomfort. We tend to choose the easy path, prefer convenience, and seek immediate gratification. While this may provide temporary relief, it can hinder long-term development and prevent us from reaching our full potential. By avoiding challenges, we miss valuable opportunities for growth and self-exploration. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in the ability to face difficulties directly and with patience. It is through these challenges that we learn important lessons, develop patience, and enhance virtues such as courage, perseverance, and resilience. When we constantly seek comfort and avoid challenges, we limit our personal and intellectual growth. We become stagnant and fail to fully realize our potential. Stoics encourage us to step out of our comfort zone and engage in activities that challenge us beyond our limits. By doing so, we expand not only our skills, but also develop greater confidence and personal satisfaction. Furthermore, avoiding challenges can lead to a fear of failure. When we consistently choose the safe path and avoid risks, we miss opportunities to learn from mistakes and strengthen ourselves. Stoic philosophy teaches us to view failure as a natural part of life and consider it a valuable learning experience. By facing failure with a Stoic mindset, we can extract wisdom from our failures and use it to propel ourselves forward. It is important to note that actively seeking challenges does not mean intentionally seeking unnecessary suffering. Stoic philosophy does not recommend causing ourselves unnecessary pain. Instead, it encourages us to face challenges with a calm and rational mind. It's about changing our perspective and understanding that discomfort is a necessary part of life that can lead to growth and self-improvement. By actively seeking challenges and discomfort, we develop personal control. We learn to rely on our ethics and inner strength rather than external circumstances. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, which are our thoughts, actions, and reactions to the challenges we face. We become less dependent on external factors for our happiness and prosperity. Applying Stoic principles to our lives can have a profound impact. It allows us to approach life with a sense of purpose and patience. We become better equipped to handle difficulties, failures, and unexpected events. Instead of being overwhelmed by challenges, we learn to embrace them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. To maintain a Stoic mindset and carry it forward, it is important to approach this topic with an open mind and be ready to challenge our current beliefs and habits. By acknowledging the tendency to avoid discomfort and embracing Stoic principles of facing challenges directly, we can develop a strong and flexible mindset focused on personal development. Therefore, embrace discomfort and challenges and embark on the journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. Habit number 4, indulging in excessive materialism. The fourth detrimental practice is the excessive attachment to materialism. In Stoic philosophy, emphasis is placed on valuing ethics and internal virtues over external possessions. However, when we become excessively passionate about materialism, we run the risk of losing sight of what truly matters and finding lasting satisfaction. In today's society, where consumerism is prominent, it's easy to fall into the pursuit of material wealth. Often we believe that owning many possessions will bring us happiness and fulfillment. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us that external things are temporary and ultimately beyond our control. They can be lost, stolen, or destroyed. Relying on them for happiness puts us in a vulnerable position of constant disappointment and dissatisfaction. When we link our self-esteem and happiness to material possessions, we create ceaseless desires for more. we can become obsessed with accumulating wealth, constantly seeking the next big deal or the latest technological gadget. This endless desire can lead to perpetual dissatisfaction because there is always something new to desire or someone who has more than we do. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of distinguishing between desires and needs. Excessive materialism stems from the incessant desire for more and the mistaken belief that possession will bring lasting happiness. Stoic philosophy encourages us to reconsider our desires and prioritize those in harmony with our values and well-being. To overcome the habit of excessive materialism, start by practicing contentment with what you already have. Recognize that the pursuit of material goods often leads to a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Instead, redirect your focus to the development of virtues such as wisdom, courage, and compassion. These are the true sources of satisfaction. Stoic philosophy teaches us to shift our focus from material possessions to the development of internal virtues. Qualities like wisdom, courage, equanimity, and justice are within our control and can lead to lasting satisfaction. By valuing these virtues and working to develop them, we can find deep purpose and satisfaction in life. Moreover, excessive attachment to materialism can lead to feelings of insecurity and anxiety. We may constantly worry about losing what we have or compare ourselves to others who seem to have more. This attachment creates a cycle of fear and envy, impairing our ability to live with peace and tranquility. To overcome this habit, Stoic philosophy encourages us to practice detachment. This does not mean we should completely abandon material possessions. Instead, we should develop a healthy relationship with them, recognizing that they are tools that can be used to enhance our lives and the lives of others, rather than a source of validation or happiness. One way to develop detachment is through the practice of gratitude. By appreciating what we have and focusing on what truly matters, we can cultivate satisfaction and reduce attachment to material possessions. We can also practice minimalism, simplifying our lives and letting go of unnecessary distractions. By freeing ourselves from the trap of materialism, we can align our actions with Stoic principles. We can focus on the development of virtues, build meaningful relationships with others, and contribute to the improvement of society. This shift in mindset allows us to find genuine satisfaction and live a life guided by Stoic principles. In summary, excessive attachment to material possessions weakens our practice of Stoic philosophy. It steers us away from focusing on internal virtues and the pursuit of lasting satisfaction. By recognizing the temporary nature of external things and practicing detachment, we can break free from the cycle of desire and find satisfaction in the development of virtues and the living of Stoic principles. Habit number 5, dwelling on past mistakes. Focusing on past mistakes is a habit that can undermine your practice of Stoic philosophy. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on the present moment, accept what has happened, and learn from our mistakes instead of constantly dwelling on them. However, many of us often get caught in a cycle of regret, guilt, and self-criticism, preventing us from moving forward and developing as individuals. When we repeatedly replay past mistakes in our minds, we reinforce negative emotions and create a sense of stagnation. This habit not only weakens our ability to find peace and contentment, but also prevents us from fully enjoying the present and making positive changes. One of the fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy is to recognize that we cannot change the past. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "What really frightens and dismays us is not external events themselves, but the way in which we think about them." This quote emphasizes the importance of our thoughts and perceptions in shaping our experience of the world. By focusing on past mistakes, We allow ourselves to be engulfed in negative thoughts and emotions that lead to unnecessary suffering. Instead, Stoic philosophy encourages us to accept the actions and consequences of our past, take responsibility for them, and focus on what we can do now to improve ourselves and enhance our circumstances. To overcome this habit, it's important to practice compassion and forgiveness. We are human beings prone to making mistakes, and making mistakes is a natural part of the process of growth and learning. Instead of blaming ourselves for past actions, we should seek to develop self-acceptance and understanding. It can be helpful to shift our perspective on mistakes. Rather than viewing them as failures, we can consider them as valuable lessons contributing to our personal development. Each mistake offers an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. By adopting this mindset, we can free ourselves from the weight of past mistakes and focus on the present moment. Another powerful technique for dealing with the habit of dwelling on past mistakes is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves focusing on the present moment without judgment. By shifting our attention to the present, we can break the cycle of regret and fully engage in the current experience. Additionally, developing the habit of gratitude can be very useful in redirecting our attention away from past mistakes. By cultivating gratitude for the present moment and the lessons from past experiences, we shift our focus to the positive aspects of life and promote a sense of satisfaction. Finally, breaking the habit of dwelling on past mistakes requires conscious effort and commitment to practicing the principles of Stoic philosophy. It's important to remember that we have the choice of how to react to our past, and dwelling on mistakes only hinders us from living a full and virtuous life. By leaving the past behind and embracing self-compassion, practicing mindfulness, and developing the habit of gratitude, we can weaken the grip of this habit and cultivate a more stoic perspective. We can learn from our mistakes, mature as individuals, and direct our energy towards what truly matters, the present moment and the pursuit of virtue. Therefore, strive to free yourself from the chains of regret for the past and embrace the teachings of Stoic philosophy to live a more meaningful and virtuous life. Number 6, neglecting the well-being of others in Stoic philosophy. The concept of cosmopolitanism emphasizes the idea that we are all part of a larger human community and we should care about the well-being of everyone. Ignoring the needs and suffering of others can weaken our sense of empathy and moral virtue, hindering the development of ethical qualities. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we should strive to live in harmony with nature and cultivate virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. One of the fundamental virtues emphasized by Stoic philosophy is the virtue of benevolence or goodwill towards others. Neglecting the well-being of others violates this principle and can lead to a disconnection from our fellow human beings. When we disregard the well-being of others, we become indifferent to their struggles, needs, and sufferings. This indifference can manifest in various ways, such as being insensitive to the pain of the less fortunate or failing to provide support or assistance. By ignoring the well-being of others, we miss the opportunity to practice empathy and compassion, which are necessary for the development of moral character. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we should see all individuals as deserving of respect, consideration, and empathy. By recognizing the interconnectedness of all people, we can cultivate empathy and act in ways that promote the well-being of others. Neglecting the well-being of others also means missing out on the benefits of performing acts of kindness and benevolence. Studies have shown that acts of kindness not only benefit the recipient, but also have a positive impact on the well-being of the giver. By actively seeking the well-being of others, we can experience a sense of satisfaction, purpose, and connection. Additionally, By ignoring the well-being of others, we reinforce a self-centered mindset, harming our personal development. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true happiness and contentment come from living a virtuous life and aligning our actions with the principles of reason and ethics. By neglecting the well-being of others, we lose sight of this fundamental truth and become prisoners of selfishness and self-interest. To overcome this habit and strengthen our practice of Stoic philosophy, it is important to cultivate empathy and goodwill towards others. This can be done by actively learning about the perspectives and experiences of others through the practice of acts of kindness. By embracing the virtue of benevolence, we not only reinforce our practice of Stoic philosophy, but also contribute to creating a world full of compassion and harmony. We become agents of positive change, promoting the well-being of others and fostering a sense of community. In conclusion, neglecting the well-being of others is a habit that weakens our practice of Stoic philosophy. By acknowledging the importance of empathy and goodwill, we can actively work to overcome this habit and foster a greater concern for the well-being of all humanity. In doing so, we not only strengthen our own character, but also contribute to the creation of a more ethical and compassionate society. Through the 6 habits that weaken us, we delve deep into the wisdom of Stoic philosophy and how its principles can equip us to overcome these habits. All these habits can be transformed by applying Stoic thinking. As you embark on the journey of turning weakness into strength, remember that change takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and regularly practice Stoic principles in your daily life. With dedication and perseverance, you can free yourself from these habits and live a purposeful, resilient, and peaceful life. In doing so, you will initiate a transformative journey that leads to a life of strength, wisdom, and lasting happiness. The journey is yours, and the destination is within your reach. Seize the day and transform your life with Stoic philosophy. Thank you for watching this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others who may benefit. Don't forget to subscribe. We hope you continue to follow, learn, and grow together.